Hi there, it's Michelle from Inspiring Fitness here, and I just want to talk about one-sided exercises for a moment. So lunges, single arm press up, single arm pull, single arm press of any variety, anything that just uses one side of your body at one time. One-sided exercises can be useful to build up strength on the weak side of your body, if indeed you have a weak side. But also to make sure that you're not relying on your stronger side. And let's be honest, most of us have a side that is stronger, either physically or perhaps our proprioception, our mental link to that side is stronger. So it's quite useful to do these single-sided exercises to get rid of those imbalances and make sure that we're not relying just on one side of our bodies when we exercise. You might not realise it, but it's often the case if you're doing a whole body exercise, let's say we're doing a squat, that you will favour one side over the other. So by doing single-sided work, you start to find out where any slight weaknesses are and to counter those imbalances. This particular video is going to focus on single arm press-ups. Now, don't be impressed at all because you're not going to see me do a full single arm press up here. I can't manage that at the moment. But the video is designed to build you up to that full single arm press up by showing you some regressions that you can do to make sure that you can manage at least half a dozen after a little bit of trying, and then you can gradually build up to a full on your toes, single arm, chest to floor movement. So let's get started with this. The beginner point normally for a single arm press up would see you on your knees. So we'd be here on our knees, a little bit out from our body, nice strong core. The arm that you're going to use isn't in that normal press up position under your shoulder. It needs to be more towards the middle. So from here, we would bend our arm and get our chest as close to the floor as possible. Now you can see I'm not getting very far. I haven't done this for a very long time and I'm not particularly strong in that upper body. On the other arm, still not so good. So if you can't manage it from there, from the normal kneeling position, come into a box shape. 90 degrees at the hips, still your weight over your hands, and come forward and down from there, coming straight over that hand. Try the other side. You know, both sides aren't very good. And get down to the floor that way. So still, you might not be getting very far. You might be feeling very wobbly. Your elbow might want to shoot out and collapse. So we can move on to use props. The sofa, or in my case, I'm going to use our ottoman, is an ideal place to start. So something not quite kitchen chair height, because that's probably going to make it a little bit too easy. Plus if you crash down on a kitchen chair, that's going to hurt your face. But if you choose something like a soft sofa, not too soft, but that softness is also going to challenge your muscles, challenge the supporting areas, and give you an even bigger impact in your training. Okay, not huge, but that slight imbalance, that slight wobble is going to help even more. So let me try this again. I'm still on my knees. I'm back from the sofa. I need to come in a little bit so that my shoulder and arm are in line. And from here, I can just about manage it. Bit pathetic, I know, but hey, that's where we are when we start. Slightly better on the other shoulder, but now getting a little bit tired. So again, if you still can't manage it on the sofa, bring your knees in, bring that box press up shape again. So I was here to start with, a little bit out. Now I'm bringing them in, core tight. And again, shoulder and arm. It might not look that it's having much impact, but I can feel that in my bicep and my shoulder and in my chest. On the other side, I'm almost chest to sofa. Not quite chest to floor, but chest to sofa. So start with something like your sofa, or if you've got a softer kitchen chair, if you put a cushion on it, maybe the kitchen chair. Start where you are, don't rush it. Do your first couple of weeks of exercise using that piece of furniture, and then gradually begin to move your knees away. Begin to, if you can, drop the height of the item you're working on, and gradually work down to the floor into a box shape, down to the floor into that knees pulled back slightly shape, and eventually you may be able to get that single arm press up from your toes completed. So if you are going to try this, don't just do one every now and then. Over a course of a couple of weeks, go from 6 reps where you are now, whether that's on the sofa, on a chair, or in a box on the floor, whatever happens. Build it up to 8, 10, drop down the reps, move your knees back, go 6, 8, 10 again, drop down the height, drop the reps, work back again. So every time you make it harder, every time you add less height or more angle in your knees and hips, drop your reps just so you can get into it, get used to it before you go again. And I bet if you keep doing it every couple of days for a couple of months, by September you'll be on your knees on the floor, and by Christmas you'll be doing single arm press-ups, hopefully not in a drunken state to impress your family, as I have seen at Christmas parties, but something you can say you've achieved, you've done from that first start of not even being able to manage one.